Welcome to R&R Relationships and Real Estate. I'm your host, Corey Silva, and this is my beautiful co-host, Rena Mugadam.
Hello.
I am the owner of Silva Realty and Silva Lending, and I've been in the mortgage and real estate industry since the early 2000s. And Chris is also a co-owner, and he is not here today. But we have this beautiful Rena sitting here with us. She is one of our agents. She's amazing. And we're so happy to have you guys here today. Thank you so much for joining us. So welcome to June. May is over. It's a new month. Can you believe it? What do you think, Rena? Are you ready for June?
Oh, I'm absolutely ready for June. Real estate market's hitting, sun is shining, beach is nice, paddle boarding. I'm excited. I'm ready to hit it.
Awesome. So, Rena, she's always at the beach paddleboarding in her spare time, which is pretty rare because she's always selling properties or funding loans. But I just envy you, girl, because I'm ready for summer, but this body isn't. So I need to take some tips from her because she's always in the gym or she's always kicking butt at jujitsu. Rena is amazing. We're so happy to have her here, and we're so proud of you and grateful that you're on our Silva Realty team.
Thank you. I love to be here. You guys are family, so I absolutely love it.
Oh, we love you too. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you joined Silva Realty?
Sure. When I was a teenager, I always wanted to be in real estate. So back in 2002, right out of high school, I started working at Countrywide, which, we know Chris worked there too, but totally different departments. Went from the mailroom to the funding department. And then from there, I went to WMC Mortgage to do reverse appraisals. And then, review appraisals. And then from there, I got laid off 2007. We all know what happened in 2007. Yes. Then back in 2011, I went back into the mortgage industry to Bank of America. And then I was doing reverse underwriting. And then I went into the upfront assisting mortgage loan officers. And then Chris ended up assisting us in our home. And I was like, you know what, maybe I should get my license. So I talked to him about it, and he let me, explore it the way I needed to explore it. I did my research, looked at the cost, did my studying, and got my license in 2016, and here we are.
And she's never looked back. And Rena's our very first agent. We're so proud to have her with us.
Oh, thank you.
And she's a true blue. So amazing, treats all of her clients with the utmost respect. We're so grateful for her.
Hi, Aunt Sherry.
Aunt Sherry's here. Good afternoon. Beautiful to you too. This is your Aunt Sherry you were talking to earlier?
No, she was Chris's client.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we were selling in where was it? It wasn't Reseda. Sherry, where was the house where you guys where was it located
Sherry
again?
Hermansky.
Yeah, she went to
Sherry.
Oregon. Yeah.
Oh, she changed her screen name, so that's why I got a little confused. So, in case you're all wondering why Chris isn't here, he took a bus tour to Sacramento, where he was able to network with a bunch of other people from Santa Clarita, and he's learning all stuff about our great city so he could come back and share it with all of us. So that's where he is, and Rena was so nice to join me today. Yes. And she didn't leave me hanging. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we're family, so we got to take care of family.
Well, thank you, girl. So Monica is here. Hi, Monica.
Hi.
Amiga. Oh, I miss you. I haven't seen you in what feels like forever, almost a month. She is my homegirl that I sit with at jiu-jitsu while our kids play and go and roll and kick booty. So I think you've met her before. I'm
pretty sure, yeah. I need to get her into jiu-jitsu.
No, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't need bruises. This girl showed me way too many of her bruises. No, thank you.
Oh, it's a badge of honor.
And then Sherry said CPK.
Oh, I think she Canoga Park. Oh. Is that Canoga Park, Sherry?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Christian, I am going to be his replacement.
Hi, Christian. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you being here. So Rena told us a little bit about how she joined Silva Realty. What was your first year like as a realtor?
Oh, goodness. So I was already prospecting before I even got my license. So one of my really dear friends, Steve Cagle, was my first was my first client. And that was probably a nightmare transaction because we were in escrow and the agent did not disclose that it was a short sale. So we were already into investigation or inspections, appraisal. We had all that paid for, done. And my client texted me randomly and says, there's an auction coming up in a week. And I said, excuse me. So I went online and I saw it, and there was no way we could close the loan before the auction took place. So we had to back out of escrow, and then we went back into escrow. So my first sale really didn't happen 5 months until after I started, and I started in January.
Oh my goodness.
And then I worked pretty much every single day until November. And when you're your own business owner, you don't realize how many days you're working
and not getting paid.
Or not even taking a day off.
Yeah.
And I called Chris and I said, "Oh, Chris, I'm so exhausted." And he goes, "When was the last time you took a day off?" And I go, "I don't remember. I worked literally every single day until November."
Yeah,
and then I was like,
hustler. You needed some time.
Yeah, but I made more money that year than I have ever made in any of my corporate America career. So I was like, okay, I could do this. Thank you.
And every year she's been improving, and oh my gosh, you're just amazing.
You. I try. I want to be like her. So.
Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. No, this girl right here.
Oh,
trust her. To the moon. So
Chris
is here. Hi, babe. Thanks for joining us.
I know you're not calling me baby, so
or blowing you a kiss.
Oh yeah, no. I'm good.
So I remember when I first got into the real estate industry, this just brings some memories back because it's a big deal to leave your corporate job, right? You feel like I have the stability, I have insurance, everything's taken care for. I come in, I check out, right? So at that time I was in working in banking as well, and I was an assistant manager. And one of my friends that I was working with at the time, she's like, "I'm gonna get my real estate license. You should really think about doing it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe I should." So I did, and I just remember I was working so much. It reminds me of you, where you're just constantly working. I would be working at my 40-hour-a-week job, meeting with clients after, on the phone on breaks, like just trying to juggle it all. And the first 2 months it was getting to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I could do this anymore, do both at the same time. And my first month after the 2 months, my first closings that I received commissions on, I closed 3.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was like, whoa, I just made half of my paycheck at the bank. And I'm like, bye, bank. I'll see you later. Well, Chris urged me to leave. But if it was up to me, I probably would have still been there. It's crazy. I think it's because we're very loyal, right? We're very loyal to like whatever we're vested in. And so, I don't know, sometimes we just work.
Well, it was a little difficult when I was working at the bank because, I was working really hard for my loan officers. My loan officers were absolutely wonderful, but it got to the point where I felt like I was not being appreciated, not from the loan officers, obviously, that I was working for, but just from staff. Yeah. And I didn't want to work. I always wanted to work at a company where I felt appreciated. I felt like family. And I always, ever since I went into my work career, I've always wanted that. Yes. And once I started working over at Silva Realty, I almost immediately I started feeling that love and that connection and that family. And it was, I was like, finally I found somebody, and I'm completely loyal to them. I've told them, I said, I will never leave this company. I'm like, you are, everything to me. It doesn't matter. I would have to move out of the country.
That's what she said. I go, you better not be moving anywhere.
I'm not moving anywhere. No, trust me, I'm not moving anywhere. But they are everything to me. They've done everything above and beyond, and helped me in times that I really, really needed them and everything. And so it's definitely a blessing. Absolutely the best decision I've ever made.
Oh, we're so grateful that she's on our team. The feeling is mutual. I mean, we reciprocate it because it is really challenging to find people who are like-minded and want to work and have the same ethics that you have. And I mean, she's part of our family. I mean, we always got your back.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
We're so happy that you're here with us. So everybody, welcome back to the show. Wait a minute. We were back. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little rusty, okay? It's been 2 weeks. I had COVID. Everything was a fog. I honestly, today when I was getting ready to come in for the podcast, I'm like, I'm a little scared. I don't even know what to expect. It's been so long. So welcome back. We've been gone for 2 weeks. If you have been following us on social media, Chris and I both got COVID, and it was not fun. Luckily, he didn't get it as bad, so he was able to take care of me. And Rena brought us a big care package with a whole bunch of like fresh produce and medicine and juice. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. Just taking care of us. So thank you, everybody who watched out for us while we weren't feeling well. We had friends bring us dinner. So thank you, Mahmoud and Janan. And other friends bring us bagels and cream cheese for the kids. Thank you, Rosie. And then my sister-in-law, she came and did a whole grocery run for us. So thank you so much, Lindsay. I really appreciate everyone who just even reached out to see how we were doing. We really appreciate it. And we're back. We're healthy. We could breathe. And now back to work because my desk is crazy now. I'm just trying to play catch up. So Christian's here with us. Hi, Christian. Thank you for your support and showing up. Glad you're here with us. So now let's focus on real estate. Do you want to talk a little bit about the state of the market? Rena's out on the front lines showing buyers property all the time, and she's got listings that are going into escrow like that. Yeah. So you want to share with us a little bit about what your experience is right now?
Yeah, so the property that I have listed in Lake Elizabeth, that was kind of a funny situation. So my clients were like, okay, let's get this going. You know, we had it listed last year in September. They weren't ready. They wanted to get it show ready and everything. And when I went to view the property before the photos come in, and I walked in and I said, there's absolutely nothing here that that I need you to change. I'm like, everything's perfect. And, you know, my clients are absolutely wonderful. They just went right on and just researched everything on how to get things ready. So we got the photos, we got the video. I listed it on a Monday. And nobody was calling. And then Thursday, 4 people called to see it on Friday.
Awesome.
We almost got 4 out of 4 offers. So we got 3 offers. One was cash, one was 15 over, and one was under. But it was absolutely amazing. We got into escrow right away. Their home of choice contingency, we had to make it a little bit longer because they're moving down in Oceanside. And they put in an offer. Unfortunately, they picked somebody else, but that buyer backed out, and then they got into escrow on it. So
everything worked out.
Yes, it's moving. The market's moving fast. Still, buyers are having difficult time with multiple offers, but things are starting to slow down a little bit on how many multiple offers are going out. Sherry said,
your phone.
What? It's not good. I don't know.
I don't know what
I'm sorry
happened.
about that. Some technical difficulties. But Sherry says Rena had my back when we inspected my house. And terrible tenant during the lease. Rena pointed out that my property management employee was involved with my tenant. Eye-opener. When I decided to sell, I was completely treated like family. A very successful transaction and highly recommended Silver Realty. You know, Sherry, you are absolutely wonderful. I mean, you really took everything and all the advice that we gave you, and you understood it. I know sometimes, it's hard for clients to hear, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right. And, but you took everything and you understood it, and, that's what makes everything easy. So,
yeah. If everyone's working toward the same common goal, then let's do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes, it's everybody. It's the brokerage that's there for support to help you when you need help and you need them to review something. It's the buyer's agent, it's the buyer, responding to everything. It's the listing agent, communicating with you. It's the lender. And when everybody is just talking and communicating, and it's a beautiful relationship, and that's what makes things smooth.
Absolutely.
So,
So Rena kind of gave us a little bit of a background with what she's experiencing. And I think it kind of really, at this point in time, depending on the location and the price point, we're kind of seeing a little mixture, right? Because Chris had a few open houses recently. Ooh. And Rena helped out when we weren't feeling so well. There wasn't really a lot of visitors during the open house, right?
Lancaster.
Oh, well, Lancaster's different. So that's why I want to bring this up, because there are certain areas that it's kind of slowing down, but Lancaster, no, it is on fire out there. So you want to tell us about how that went?
Yes. So the open house on Monday started from, I think it was 10 to 1. And then right from there, I had to go to my Little Horn property to do an open house from 2 to 4. So I got there at like 10:01. And there were already people, there was like 15 people waiting.
Lined up. This is like COVID time when people were
10 o'clock in
up.
the morning.
Wow.
Usually people are sleeping. So I came in, I talked to the owner. He was still getting things ready. He had a little baby that he had to get together. And then as soon as I opened that door, it was just like revolving. Like at least 50 people came in there from 10 all the way to like 12:50.
And I think he put that on the market like right that weekend, and it went into escrow right away.
Yeah, I think he got 13 offers, I think.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are looking in that area, I think we have another listing that's going to be coming up soon in Palmdale. So keep your eyes peeled. Like I said, some areas they're just moving like hotcakes, and some other areas it's kind of a little bit of a correction happening, right?
Yeah, I see that too. Like, we have a property in Rosamond that I had listed. I mean, it was we were getting a lot of traffic. I think within the week that we had listed it, there was probably at least 20, I believe 20 showings. But the problem, sometimes the problem that I have with the other agents, they don't communicate with you when they say that they're not going to show up.
Oh, that's frustrating.
And yeah, it's very hard because my seller had the alarm. They had to turn it off. They had to get the dog, put it in the kennel. So it was a little bit frustrating on that. But we got a really good buyer. We got a really good agent on the other end, and that should be closing soon. So in Rosamond, I mean, that's like 15-20 minutes past Lancaster too.
Yeah.
And, that's an upcoming, neighborhood because some people are getting priced out of Lancaster and Palmdale, which I never thought would happen.
Right. I know. I think a lot more of the affordable properties, they're just going so quick because people are getting priced out of the market with the interest rates changing and them going up. Then people's affordability has kind of shifted and changed a bit.
I actually saw a rate shift the other day when I was pricing out a loan on a VA purchase at 697 loan amount. It was a 4.75% with rebate.
Wow, that's good.
I know. I was shocked because last month you couldn't even you had to pay $7,000 to get a 4.75.
Did you lock your client in?
Of course I did.
Yes, you should.
I said,
you're locking right now.
Right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm happy for your buyers that you're watching that. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the jumbo loans there. It's a little bit better pricing, which, how does that make sense? Usually it's opposite, but that's okay. Probably because everything's so expensive.
Score.
Yep.
Higher jumbo loans, higher FICO score.
Yep. So, oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing all of this knowledge with me and all of our clients and friends that are watching here. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background of what's happening, I'm a buyer right now in this market.
Yes.
I'm scared. I'm not going to lie.
I want to buy your house.
And things are crazy. Like, you get over those home buyer jitters, and then you're excited, but sometimes that fear creeps back in every now and then. Am I making the right decision? And it's totally normal. But I'm super excited about our house that's being built over at Williams Ranch, and our move-in date is set for December. So I'm like, gosh, we got to get our house on the market during the summer months because that's when it's hot. What am I going to do with all that time waiting until December? What if someone doesn't want to give me a rent back? Am I going to have to find a short-term rental? But I just got news that they moved up our move-in date until October.
Oh my God.
Yes. Woo! When does this ever happen with new construction where they're running ahead of schedule?
Yeah.
Usually they're behind.
Always. There's been so many times where I've had new clients do new construction, and they promise them, okay, it's going to be done in May, and it doesn't close to August.
I know.
That's like the most frustrating thing, that you have to like coach your clients and keep them at bay when things like that happen. But man, that's good.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
I hope they keep their word. They made it official in writing on an email, but that's not going to hold up in court, like when I don't have anywhere to live. So hopefully it closes on time.
Yes.
It looks like they're going to town over there, and Chris has been getting little shots of video, so we'll have to share it with you guys. I think he put it on our social media.
He did.
So.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
remember when we
excited.
were viewing the lots too, when we went up there.
I know.
So
when we
beautiful
first
up
heard
there.
about it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Have you been up there recently?
No, I haven't.
You'll
I know
have
it's
to
a
go
lot
take
changed.
a look.
Yeah.
Yes, it's amazing. So we're going to be going into overdrive now since we have a closer move-in date. And Chris and I are planning on getting our house on the market in the end of June or early July. So if you have any buyers.
Oh, absolutely.
Chris and I are like, we're your ideal seller, okay? We're not going to just tidy up and maybe run the vacuum. We are cleaning out all the air vents. We're cleaning the windows. I'm like, how come we never cleaned our windows before so I can enjoy a spotless window to look out at our beautiful view? So those are the things that are happening in our house right now. And even the kids are so involved. They're over there scrubbing the air vents. It's amazing how much dust buildup goes on those things. And it's so funny. I got to share the story with you because for some reason, Chris just seems to think, I'll just go buy new ones. I'm like, no, take them down. We will clean them. If they look dirty, we'll spray paint them. No, I'm just going to go buy some new ones. So him and Santino made it a point where Nola was at a play date the other day, and Tino went through, counted all the vents. Chris went to Home Depot. He said, I didn't buy those. They're $30 a piece.
Oh, they're so expensive now.
Yeah. I thought they were $10 a piece.
No, they're so expensive. But, that's one thing that I wanted to touch on, what she was talking about, cleaning the vents, cleaning, getting down and scrubbing, servicing HVAC. That's one really big thing that you have to think about and take into consideration when you're selling a home. It's easy to go in there and look at everything, the obvious, the floors, the counters, the walls, whatever. But the main thing is behind the walls.
Yes.
If you don't have a good HVAC system, and you go for inspections, that could be a cost for the seller because the buyer might come in for a request for repair, and they could even ask for like $7,000 to $10,000 for a whole new unit. So that's one thing, everybody needs to think about when they're trying to sell a house. Look at behind the walls, check out plumbing, wiring, electrical, the outlet or the box, just look into that, see if you can have anybody come out there and service, and that will make things go so much smoother.
That's such a great point, Rena. I'm so glad you shared that with us. We have our heating and air conditioner service every 6 months. So that's kind of just like something I like to do so it's not an added expense if it goes down. But that's huge because not everybody's thinking about that. Even small things like changing out your screens on the windows. So that's another thing we're doing. I'm trying to think. It's just mostly tidying. We're updating a lot of the lighting in there. And I'm like, man, whoever moves in here is really going to love this house because all the things are getting done that I've been waiting for about a year now. My new lighting. We're going to have the house painted. So, I mean, these are things, even if you're not considering moving or selling, put a little bit of time into your house. It makes you feel better, right?
Yeah. And
everything's clean and fresh.
Yeah, and just like talking about changing out the light bulbs, I know sometimes some of the recessed lightings, you'll have like the yellow lighting. And, you know, and when you buy the light bulbs, you don't think about it. But that's one thing. If you have the LED lights, makes things brighter, makes things crisper. And it's just those little tiny details that make things go a long way. Cleaning baseboards and everything. Because I can't tell you how many times I've had buyers open and they go, oh, nope. And we're out.
Oh, because it's so dirty.
Yeah, it's so dirty. So,
my
but
goodness.
her house is absolutely beautiful. I envy your house. It's
thank
absolutely
you.
gorgeous. So
When there's not kids' toys everywhere.
Oh, I love the kids' toys. I go into the kids' playroom and I want to play with them too. So I'm a kid at heart.
It's funny because before we had kids, people would come to our house and they'd look around, and I pay a lot of attention to detail and make sure things look nice. And people would walk in and be like, did you have a designer come in here? I'm like, no, I did all myself. Chris doesn't even hang mirrors or anything, paintings, nothing. And then once we had kids, people would come over who knew us before, and they'd be like, wow, so you could tell you have kids in this house. I'm like, dang. That's okay. I like a home that feels nice and full of love, right?
Yeah, full of life. That's just what it is. It's lived in. You know, I remember first time I met you, you were pregnant with Tino.
Was I?
You were pregnant with Tino. I remember when you came to my door and you were pregnant. And that was like the first time I actually met you.
Was I delivering like a Christmas gift or something like that?
Probably, I think so.
My ankles are probably super swollen. I probably could barely walk.
Chris making you do all the deliveries pregnant.
Cracking the whip on me.
No, but see, that's that's one thing I love about Silver Realty too, because, still to this day, I get the happy birthday cards and everything. And, they put a lot of thought and effort into their clients, and it's absolutely amazing. So
thank you. I just like to treat people the way that I would like to be treated. Like when I'm, if I'm in the market to buy a home, or if I go to a grocery store, I like to have that good feeling that people actually care. So
yeah, absolutely.
So, well, we actually have a little video from Chris in Sacramento. Would you all like to see it? I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
I'm not sure if he's okay, because he was networking last night, and when I last talked to him, he was at the bar.
Woo!
Yeah, so I hope he comes back with some good info. Oh, there he is, with a fireplace. Okay. Oh, okay. It's getting loaded right now.
Yes.
So it looks like he's getting cozy by the fireplace, but that's actually a TV.
Good morning, everyone. Chris with Silver Realty. I'm so sad I'm not going to make today's episode of R&R, Relationships in Real Estate, but I will be back next week, and I'm really excited to see what Corey and Rena have to talk about today. So I'll be tuning into the show at some point in between meetings. The reason I'm not going to make it is I'm here in Sacramento for the KHTS bus ride, where we meet with local leaders like Senator Scott Wilk, Assemblywoman Suzette Valadares, Assemblyman Tom Lackey, just to name a few. We also got Jason Gibb, the future mayor of Santa Clarita, and a lot of local leaders from the water agency, Edison, the gas company. We have people from school boards. There's a lot of important things happening. I'm going to bring all the information back to you, and I'll share on the show next week. Have a great day. Good luck, ladies. Bye.
He looks like he just rolled out of bed. So tired.
Oh, the poor guy.
He's having a good time. He is. I mean, he really enjoys meeting with people and learning more about the city. We all do, right? That's why we're in this business. So thank you for sharing that video, if you're still on here with us, my love. And it looks like my mom's here. Hi, baby. Hi. How are you? My mom's getting ready to go on a flight to, she's going out of state, but she has a connector flight. And the second plane she's getting on is an 8-seater.
Oh, okay.
She told me that yesterday, and I was like, ooh.
Where is she flying to? Alaska?
Pendleton.
Oh.
So I was like, I think that's the size of the plane that Chris jumped out of when he went skydiving.
Yes, it's a Cessna. It says it was a 8-seater from what I can remember, when
Oh,
I went
my
skydiving.
Lord.
that was a
She's brave.
woo, that was a funny time.
She's like, it's going to be an
face
adventure.
planted.
You did when you
yes, I
landed?
place planted. Yeah.
Are you all right?
So we were doing tandem, right? And I had the guy, doing the video, and we're doing our tricks and everything.
Wait,
And
you did tricks?
well, we spinning, nothing
Oh,
crazy. It was just
dang.
going like that. So the guy told me to lift my legs up into a chair position too early. So I had it lift, and then my legs started getting tired. So they started like going down,
Rena.
and then it hit the gravel and just went boop, boof. And so I had this guy like on my back, and I just sandwiched. So, and I have a video of it, and it was absolutely
Oh my gosh, why didn't
awesome.
you tell me about this before? Now we're going to have to watch the video on the next episode.
Oh,
How many people want to see Rena
no.
face plant?
no, nobody wants to see it.
So wait, where did you go? Did you go over by Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara.
Oh yeah, it's
That-
so beautiful over there.
Oh my God, I highly recommend it. It's Skydive Santa Barbara. Sorry for the plug. But they take you out over the flower fields, and you can see the beach. So it's absolutely beautiful. And I remember one time when I was trying to get certified because I wanted to jump by myself, it was kind of sprinkling, so the sprinkles were hitting up on my face.
Wait, you did this more than once?
Yeah.
Girl, you're
I
crazy.
but it's cool because when I told them I wanted to do certification, they had me, look at the altimeter. They had me pull the chute. They had me doing everything, and then life happened. I didn't get my license, but it was absolutely amazing. It was a beautiful experience.
How many times have you done it then? Twice?
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go more.
Yeah, Chris signed up for the second jump and never went.
Oh,
They got him.
oh.
I was like, maybe I won't do this.
I should kidnap him one day and just go up to Santa Barbara, not tell him, and just go skydiving, and you could watch.
I don't think he'll do that now that he has kids. When I went with him, I was scared for him just being on the ground. I was like, oh, this guy is crazy. I
Yeah.
don't know what he's thinking.
I loved it, and then after that, I went wine tasting.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's exhilarating.
I was just like-
I'll be there for the wine tasting. I don't need a jump. I'm good. So a few weeks ago, I was able to take the kids to California Adventure. I went without Chris, and I think that may have been the culprit of me catching COVID. I don't know. Maybe.
It's
Quite possible, but I could have got it anywhere. I just love going there. You know that I'm a Disney junkie. I have major issues, but there's been a lot of Disneyland controversy lately. I don't know. Do you follow it at all?
The only thing that I've seen, I'm not real big on, on that, but I have seen people upset about the raises in prices and tickets and everything. But that's been something that everybody's been talking about for a number of years now. So I don't even know how much a ticket is worth,
You don't even want to know.
Is it over 300?
Well, right now they're having a special for California residents, but you have to buy 3 days, and I think it ends up coming out to like $80 some a day.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
I remember when it's been forever since I've gone, but I thought it was like a ticket for a hopper. It was like $250 or something.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. We bought the pass.
Yeah,
the
if you have a
key.
season pass, it's different. But I don't, I didn't have a season pass or anything. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I should be into the, Disneyland.
Why would you? If you're not into it, you're not into it. I'm
like
just a
Disneyland,
crazy
though.
one.
It's fun. I want to go with my best friend and her baby. So, it'd be nice. He's 13 months and he's never been to Disneyland. So I was talking to her and I was like, hey, Dee, we need to take him to Disneyland.
Yeah.
So, sometime either this month or, sometime next month, I'll probably end up,
really
taking...
hot in the summer.
I
can tell you.
know.
So you may want to wait till it cools down. But when you do decide to go, I'll give you the lowdown on what to do.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So some of the controversy for those of you who are into going to Disneyland is they have stopped the sales of the keys, the magic keys.
Oh.
They're not selling them right now.
What?
Nobody knows if they're going to start reselling them again. I mean, the top 2 tiers sold out last year.
Yeah.
So there was 2 lower ones, but they don't know. I'm sure Disney's coming up with a plan to take more of our money, which I probably gladly will keep giving it to them since I have kids that love Disneyland. And then, there's a lot more people at the park now. So it's super crowded. They just brought back the Main Street Electrical Parade, which is cool because that's like a throwback to when we were kids, right? And so that's there. And then Fantasmic is back. But I guess there was a huge fight during the Fantasmic show the other day. Oh, geez. Okay. Yes. And then on Radiator Springs, which is the Cars ride in Disneyland, in California Adventure, one of the cars caught on fire.
Oh, no. Nobody was on it, right?
I don't know about all that, but it's been down for like the whole weekend. Yeah. And all these people are really upset. They go to Disneyland expecting an experience, which I understand. You're paying all this money. You want to go on the rides that you went there for, especially because that's like one of the top rides that everybody wants to go on. But I'm not trying to get on a ride that's going to catch on fire.
No.
Like, fix that.
No.
Make sure you do plenty of testing before I get on that ride.
I don't care how long you've waited to get on that ride. I'm sorry. It's like going to Magic Mountain and, right off the
track.
cart. Like, no, I'm sorry. You're going to fix that.
I don't even want to go on that roller coaster. Do you like Magic Mountain?
I love Magic Mountain.
Oh, yeah, you jump out of planes.
I'm sorry. So. I do jiu-jitsu, I do CrossFit, I do paddleboarding. It's like,
girl, you're doing all the adventurous stuff. I'm over here like excited that I went on like a little Cars ride.
I like Disneyland though. When I've gone, it depends on who you go with.
Yes.
You have to go with somebody that really enjoys doing Disneyland, because if you don't and they're just there, just to walk around, then you're just...
Or if they're complaining the whole time, you're like, why'd you even come with me?
Yeah, I like being around kids. Yeah. I love kids.
Kids love her too.
Kids and dogs.
Yes.
Like, in every animal, I don't know, they all flock to me. I remember I was showing a home to one of my buyers, and this random dog just comes running up to me with no leash, nothing. So I go over, I pet it, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I told my client, I'm like, hey, get out your phone. I'm going to call this number. And it ended up being the sellers that we were going to be looking at the house. It was their dog. So they took the dog, and then we went in and we looked at the house, and we came out and we were, talking to the sellers, and the dog comes up to me and then walks up, turns around, sticks his butt on me, and then I start petting, and it starts kissing me, and the owner's like, oh my God, I've never seen my dog do that to anybody.
She's the dog whisperer.
I'm like, I can't help it.
To you.
And babies,
yes,
so,
our kids love her.
Yeah.
Because she actually sits down. Like, I think kids really respond well to someone who actually listens to what they're saying, wants to engage with them, wants to color with them. I think you were coloring with
my God, I love
last
coloring.
time. So, I mean, these are the things that, like, as a kid, I would want someone to do with me.
Of course.
So she does that, and so it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's genuine. It's not like, oh, I have to do
this. It's not forced, yeah.
No.
Kids know that. They don't want to be around you if you got some bad energy.
Yeah, Nola was so cute when she was coloring that. I still have that. I have it on my refrigerator.
Oh,
she's so sweet. I love that little girl.
Take a picture, because she's all into art right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that talking about art, we are doing this new challenge at home. So it's really weird right now, YouTube and like what kids are into. I just can't wrap my head around it. Like, they watch other kids play with toys, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to be you. It's really strange. So Nola's watching on YouTube, if they're watching cartoons, other things that may relate to that cartoon will start popping up that are age appropriate for what she's watching, because she's on YouTube Kids. And so these little girls, they're doing these 3 marker challenge. And I'm like, what is that? And so we sat there and watched it. It was painful watching. It was so...
Did she like it?
Is she into this? This is what you're into? Okay. Whatever. I'm like, how about instead of us watching someone draw, why don't we do the 3 marker challenge? So that next time you come over, you'll have to do it. We get a big container of markers and mix it up. Close your eyes. You pick 3 colors, and whatever printout we have for the day, which we're working on Sonic right now, because the kids are so into Sonic.
Yeah.
And Tails, is that his sidekick? Tails and Knuckles.
Yeah.
So they're coloring those, and they have to get 3 colors that aren't those typical colors for it. So whoever can make it look the coolest, there's a judge who doesn't watch, which is going to be Daddy when he gets home, to say which one he likes the best.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, so we're doing the 3-marker challenge at home. That's
Yeah.
always fun. You'll have to do it when you come over.
Yeah,
next
I
time.
want to. Hey, well, we could come over tonight. I got nothing going on.
There you go. Well, we do have to pick up Chris from Burbank, so if you want to hang out in the back with the kids, you're more than welcome.
Oh, so he's coming home tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
He's bougie. He doesn't want to sit on the bus on the way home. He said, "Oh, it's just not comfortable for me."
Oh, I wouldn't either.
And I'm too tired.
I wouldn't.
So
either.
he's catching a flight home tonight.
I was actually thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, I wonder if Chris, flew out there. I'm like, he flew out there.
So this is typical Chris fashion, and for his friends who watch and they know, he's that guy who will drive to Vegas with all his friends, but then take a flight back and then not drive back with them.
I could see that. Driving home is just terrible because there's so much traffic. You're tired. You're on hungover or whatever the case, and you're like, I don't want to sit in 8 hours of traffic. I would fly home, because when you're driving up there, you're like, yes, let's do it.
You're excited.
It's fast. It's like a 4-hour drive that turns into 2, and you're just having fun.
2? How fast are you driving, girl?
I'm just saying it feels like 2.
Oh, no, I know.
I don't
She's
drive
having
that.
a good time.
I don't drive that fast. To all my cop friends, I don't drive that fast.
So yeah, that's his style. That's what
cool.
he likes to do. So we'll be picking him up tomorrow. So how are these gas prices affecting you?
Oh my God. So
Showing property, are you that agent who's like, look, you're going to buy a house today because I can't drive you around anymore?
And there's some forums that I'm on Facebook that's for real estate, and people, I've seen some people actually talk about that, and they say like, I'm not going to take anybody out unless they're serious. But you know what, that kind of separates the good agents from the bad agents, because to me it's like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. It's just something that I have to live with at this moment. It's not going to be forever, hopefully. But it is tough. Sometimes I'm filling up. Like when you and Chris had COVID, I was helping out with his pipeline too. I was driving around, switching out boxes, doing showings, doing the open houses.
We appreciate her so much.
Of course. I know you guys are going to need me when or I'm going to need them when I croak up. No, I'm joking.
Stop.
I'm joking. No, all seriousness. So I had to fill up at least twice a week, and it was getting up to like $80 to $100.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, and it was hard, but the way I like to schedule my showings is if I have a couple of cities, I try to book, those showings in that city, and then that way it's pop, 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 and then go to the next one, pop, pop, pop. But yeah, I've seen some gas prices that are over $7 now.
$7?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I saw some friends post that they're over $7. So, and it's, I'm not surprised if it doesn't get to 10.
Well, I have a funny story. So Chris has a client that recently he just started showing property to, probably like the last month. And their agent straight up told them, are you going to buy this house? Because I'm wasting too much money on gas.
Yeah, no.
Straight up told them.
Yeah.
I'm like, who does that?
Yeah. It's
it's like, wow.
And then, the prices for electric, cars are like, through the roof now.
Yes.
I mean, how much did you buy your Prius for? It was probably like 25 at one
Oh,
point.
yeah, Prius, yeah.
Now they're like over 60. It's
for a
like,
Prius?
Yeah.
People bag on those cars, and now they're $60. They're 60,000.
Yeah, so it's like that's tough, know. But yeah, you just got to work, the extra expense into your budget, and you just got to understand this is something that you have to do.
Yeah.
And the whole point of doing real estate is making somebody happy and changing their life and giving them something that they never thought would be possible. Mm-hmm. And, if you put that limitation on, I'm not going to show you properties because gas prices are too high, then
what kind of agent are you?
You need to rethink your profession and go back to corporate America that's down the street from you.
Yes, for sure.
Because, it's not going to happen. So,
well, do you think the gas prices are going to affect like summer vacations? No. I know. I feel like there's traffic everywhere.
They have not.
Everyone's flying somewhere recently.
Yeah.
It seems like no one's slowing down. I think all those months of people being locked in the house, they're like, there is not a day I'm going to be locked in this house.
They're all
ever
wild
again.
animals.
Yeah, they're like, let me out. I feel like I've been caged in. So yeah, it's I guess there's reports coming out it's going to slow down, but it does not look like it's slowing down to me.
No, and that's what people were saying too when the gas prices started going up. They're like, oh, there's not going to be a lot of people on the road. I'm like, no. I was driving to LA. It still took me 2 hours to get out there. And I'm like, it's not slowing down.
It
like,
really isn't.
People still need to get to and from work.
Mm-hmm.
COVID's not shutting people down where they have to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
It's open. People are out and people want to go on vacations. And,
for sure. People want to live their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like inflation is making everything expensive. Oh, looks like Urvashi's here. Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Urvashi, if you just came on, this is one of our amazing agents, Rena Mugadam.
Hi.
She's joining us today because Chris is in Sacramento. And Rena, I don't know. I think you might have a regular spot. Come in and join us on the podcast more often. You're doing amazing.
Yeah. Yes, I will. I will still come in and visit and make an appearance. I'll be happy to do that.
Oh, thank you. So with inflation, everything's getting expensive. We've been seeing what rents are costing. It's like people just buy a house at how much it costs for rent.
Yeah. A 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 600 square feet was going for $2,200.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
That's insane. What city?
Valencia.
Oh my gosh.
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
And the cost of groceries have been going up. It's just, times are just very interesting. I mean, from that to horrific events happening recently. I don't know if you really want to talk about it, but the events in Texas and gun reform, it's just a lot of horrible things, and it's been kind of melancholy for me lately. I don't know if you've kind of felt that same kind of energy.
Yeah, it's something that my therapist and I were talking about. Ever since COVID, like people just everything's uncertain, and people, all of a sudden the whole world is shut down. People are stuck in their homes. People were being isolated, and, people losing loved ones. And it was a very tragic time for the whole world at that point. And people are still not recovering from it. And, in 2021, opening up and then shutting down, then opening up and shutting down. Nobody knows. And nobody knows how to socialize and how to open up anymore. And it just seems like there's more and more tragic events that are happening. There was a shooting in Anaheim at a church, I believe.
Yes.
It's been terrible. And I feel for all the families and that have lost, the teachers and the children. I mean, that's just you can't, I can't imagine what you're going through because you have 2 little ones, in school.
I mean, it's so scary. Like you take your kid to school and you're like, I love you. Like you're saying bye to them and you're like,
I know. I can't
all these
even, horrible
things happening, it's.
Yeah. Well, one of the teachers I saw on my CrossFit forum on Facebook, she was one of the CrossFitters.
Oh.
So I didn't know her personally, but it was really sad saying one of our own, was lost. But
it's just terrible. I just feel like something has to change, right? And so many people feel the same way. It's just, I feel like if people want to stop pointing fingers and saying it's either this way or you're this way and making it like a political thing, let's all just get together and keep children safe.
Yeah, that's all.
Keep innocent people safe from this horrible destruction that's happening.
I mean, the fact that, just recently, I think there was an article that I saw, they were looking through the classrooms and they found, I think, a loaded weapon in one of the kids' desks. Oh. And I think it was, I wish I actually, went through it. I just saw the title of it, but, so, don't, quote me or anything, but yeah, there was a firearm in one of the elementary schools. So kids are coming in with these things, and it's. I mean, everybody knows that I have a firearm and everything, but you have to teach the children the correct way, and that you have to protect yourself with it. You can't just, flash it around. And I don't know what these parents are doing if they didn't have it properly, locked up and everything in the safe. I mean, you have to have a gun safe.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's really sad, that, this is, happening to our children. It's not fair.
It really isn't fair. So, well, I just watched an article yesterday about locally here in Saugus, there was a walkout and protest, which I have to hand it to these kids because they're tackling like really big issues. They experienced these horrific things happening firsthand. And it's really sad that kids are standing up for it, but you don't see like adults going out and protesting and trying to make changes. So I just hope people just kind of, I like to keep the show lighthearted, but like, let's just try to do something to make a change, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm already looking at different ways that I could be involved. One of the girls who has spearheaded the walkout and protest was actually shot during the whole Saugus thing in the stomach, and her best friend passed during the whole shooting. And this little girl is just unbelievable. Hearing her speak, I'm like, okay, what do we have to do to get involved to make this not be an issue? It shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, and I know a couple of teachers, in Saugus High, and they're all proud of their students. And I've seen her on social media talking about how proud she is of every student that she has over there, and them speaking their minds and everything. And it's. I feel like the children these days are growing smarter and wiser than we were when we were in high school, because we just walked out of high school because we just didn't want to go to school. Now they're like actually protesting about something that really truly matters, and
they're tackling issues that they shouldn't have to be doing this. Do you know? They should just be going to school and getting an education, having fun with their friends. And I mean, it's just coming way too soon. It's horrible. So I don't know, like gun reform. Like I know you're a gun owner. Chris is a gun owner too. But I just feel like if I have to go through all of this testing and training to get a driver's license, right?
Yeah.
What, could there be like some added security if you're going to get a gun? Like an 18-year-old getting an assault rifle on his birthday, it was perfectly legal. Like it just seems weird to me, right?
You could go to other states and get, assault rifles that are not legal anywhere. You could just, I know in certain states you just go in there and you could buy it. You don't. Granted, this was probably 10 or 15 years ago that I'm sure laws have changed since then, but I remember it was easy for anybody to get anything. But here, like when I got my firearm, I had to wait, the time I had to do the background check and everything like that, and it's great. I'm fine with that. Go ahead, but
in other states it's different. There's no waiting period. You just go get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Horrible situations, but speaking of other horrible situations, your friend has a baby, right? Are they still on formula? Have you heard about this baby formula shortage?
Yes.
Oh
I didn't
my
even
gosh.
know. I didn't know what was going on.
How is this even happening? We're in 2022, like we're in the United States, and there's no baby formula to feed these poor babies?
Because there was a new strain coming out in COVID, people were freaking out and grabbing baby formula. That's what I was thinking, because it was coincidental that after that
I didn't hear about
that. Yeah, because China was closed down.
Oh my gosh, this is...
Yeah, that's the only thing that I could think of.
There's some opportunity there for someone who lives in the U.S. to start making baby formula here. Like, come on, how do we have a shortage? That just doesn't make sense to me. I have a... Oh, hi, Tony. Thanks for joining us. She said they have plenty of formula in Mexico. So what is the secret? Like they're keeping it from...
No, people are just buying
citizens.
them.
It's just crazy.
Just
people are just hoarding it and then trying to resell it like on Amazon and stuff.
Maybe. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's like the toilet paper, like...
Oh my gosh. These poor babies and these moms, like all the stresses that moms have when they first have a baby. Like we have a lot of pressure on us. And I think someone was like, well, if you can't get formula, then just breastfeed. Like it's an easy thing. Like no, do you know what moms go through to try to produce milk? And not everybody can. And so I can't even fathom what some of these poor moms are going through just trying to feed their babies. I have one of my best friends just had a baby, and he's 4 months.
Aww.
And she's a working mom.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be going on a trip out of the country coming up soon. And at that time, she was like, well, this is a good time for me to wean him off of nursing, and I'll get him on formula. And then, because I'm not going to be here for 2 weeks. Like, what else am I supposed to do? And like, but no, now with the shortage, she's like, I'm going to have to pump and dump all that milk while I'm gone for 2 weeks just to make sure when I come back, I can feed my baby.
Right.
And she's got like she's working all day. She's pumping on her breaks to build up like a supply so she could feed her baby.
Yeah.
While she's not here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was in CVS the other day, and this poor gentleman, he was probably in his 60s, and he comes over and he goes to the gentleman behind the counter, and he goes, do you guys have these in stock? He was slunched over. He was so sad. His voice was so sad. And he goes, no, I'm sorry, sir, we're out of stock. And he goes, okay. And he started walking out, and I was getting something from one of the aisles, and I go, sir, are you looking for baby formula? And he goes, yeah. I recommended one of my friends' baby shop on Newhall on Main. I said, you might want to check them. They might have something. I'm like, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. And he goes, yeah. So it looked like maybe it was his grandbaby or whatever. But it's like
probably just trying to help the family out.
He was so sad. He just felt like the whole life, was sucked out of him.
So
but
horrible.
I think it was like his 4th store that he's been to. But our church,
Tony said our church literally bought a ton back from Mexico for moms here. Oh, that's so
awesome.
Sweet. Oh, thank goodness for people who are just going out of their way to help take care of these moms, because it's already stressful enough. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Well, my best friend Dee, she's just giving him almond milk right now, so he's not.
He's already out of the stage.
Yeah,
of
he's not on formula or anything like that.
Thank goodness.
So, yeah.
Oh boy, jeez. So, well, looking ahead, we've had such a good show here today. Kind of try to lighten it, bring things back. Chris will be here with us next week, and he'll be joining us for a new episode. We also have some fun vacations coming up. Do you have any vacations planned?
I do. Where are you off to? I'm going to Florida in July.
Yay!
So yeah, I'm going to do that. I was supposed to go to my cousin's wedding this weekend, but I have too many closings coming up, and it's in a remote area that I won't have any service. So
darn.
I needed to make sure that if anything happens, because we all know.
Well, do you want me to help you so you could go to her wedding?
I would be driving up there by myself. So yeah, there's just a lot. There's just too much going on. But yeah, I'm gonna be going down to Miami in July. By the way, one is
defamation trial, if anyone is following. Urvashi, so this is a topic that I wanted to bring up. I asked Rena, are you into this whole Johnny Depp trial? Like, what is this all about? And I've had this, she's like, I don't know what's going on with that. All I know is that crazy lady, went number 2 on the bet. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty gross. And I've been asking people, like, what is this thing all about that I just keep hearing about? And my brother and sister-in-laws are so into the trial. Like, they know everything about it. They enlighten me on how kooky it is. So, well, I'm glad he won. Maybe he can actually get, like, his career back on track.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I saw that, he ended up, his career was being halted. So,
yeah.
And that's really sad. And like I said, like, I don't follow it. I think Hulu or Netflix, I can't remember which platform, but there's actually a series out, like, with them, with their trial or something. So
there's a series?
I think. I just looked at it for a split second, turned it on, and I said, nope.
Not today.
I don't need any more drama in my life.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, thank you for that update, Urvashi, and for anyone who needed to know about that. Maybe he'll have some cool movies coming out. So, well, we have some fun summer vacations lined up. We're taking the kids to Disneyland. Surprise, surprise, right? And we're going to stay over in a hotel, which the kids have been begging for a while. And then we're taking a trip to Palm Springs.
Oh, nice.
The only time I've ever been to Palm Springs, it was for a wedding. It was like 120 degrees. The AC was struggling. It was all bad.
Yeah.
And it was a dry wedding.
Oh.
Yeah. That lemonade just couldn't keep up. I was like, I need something. Yeah.
Are you going to get an Airbnb?
No, actually through our timeshare, they had an offer of like 5 days for 200 and some bucks. And we're like, yeah, nice. Jump on that.
Hey,
so we're going there, and there'll be like a pool with a slide. That's all. And once you have kids, that's all you care about is if they're happy. I don't know anything about what's going to make me happy, but they're going to be happy.
Yeah.
So those are my trips.
Yeah, and speaking of Airbnb, that's actually a really good thing that I've been hearing a little bit more about my clients, buying second properties and then putting into an Airbnb and,
awesome.
get a property management company and to
I've been
host
noticing like the hosts are actual property management companies. It's not just like the primary person doing it anymore. And some of these hosts are super hosts, right? And they really go all out. Like they'll bring in food, like platters, so when you arrive it's nice and welcoming. So that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, the house that I stayed in Oregon last year when I came up and surprised my aunt for her 70th birthday, it was right on the river, and it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous, and the hosts were just amazing. They had just purchased the property. They, renovated it and everything. And it's like, that's like a really good idea to do, but you just have to make sure that, you get it listed with Airbnb and get the property management company. But you could also, look in areas like Oregon or, Idaho or anywhere, and get them for cheap and fix them up and then rent them out for like $2,700 for the week. I mean, it's depending on, the season.
Well, my ears just perked up when you said that, because I never really thought about purchasing and then doing Airbnb, but Chris and I are planning on selling our Texas property. I just don't like Texas, and I'm over Texas, and I just want to be done with it. So we're selling it. And a funny story, we're real estate brokers, right? So we know like how to earn business. I told they probably don't even watch this show, but I told our property management company, hey, we're planning on selling. If you would like to be considered to list the property, please send over your listing presentation. I'd love to see it, because we're going to interview other people, right?
Right.
She said, I got to let you read this email. She said, well, I hope because we've been managing your property for the last however many years, 16 years, that we would get the listing.
Oh, okay.
That's how she thinks she's going to get a listing.
No.
It's like, does she not know that I own my own real estate company?
Oh, my goodness.
I would never talk to a client that way.
Not even if you're being sarcastic.
No.
Because I have a sarcastic personality.
You would never say that.
I would never say that.
I could not believe it. I asked Chris, did you see that email? I go, we are not. I already knew I wasn't going to list with them.
Bye, Felicia.
If you decide you want to list, then I'll put you in contact with the sales manager. Oh, girl, no. You need to go somewhere. So maybe we'll do an Airbnb, because we have to reinvest that money to avoid capital gains with 1031 exchange. So as if selling and buying isn't enough, then we're going to do that with our rental property too. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, if it's in a prime spot, why not?
Yeah, for sure. I'll have to find out that area you went to, because it sounds enticing. If anybody has their ear to the street of certain areas that are up and coming, let me know, because we are on the hunt for a new rental property.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Airbnb, I'm actually going on a mommy's trip this weekend to the beach with my mommy friends that I met coincidentally in a breastfeeding support group. And I've been friends with these mommies ever since I had Santino. So I can't wait to go and have a great time with my girls this weekend. We're going to the beach. We're hanging out at a beach house. It's going to be glorious.
I'm going to be on the beach. I'm going to be like looking for you, like,
want to come and play? So my brother-in-law, I don't know if he's watching today. He goes, so you taking the kids with you?
No.
Like, are you out of your mind? He goes,
No.
would that be funny if all the moms showed up with their kids? I'm like, that
No.
would not be funny. I love my kids, but sometimes mommy needs a break.
We love you, kids.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm excited about your Miami trip.
Thank you.
Miami's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was gonna go to Hawaii, but the hotels were just absolutely. It was just
So expensive. To
so
travel
expensive.
there right now.
So we were looking at so his boss, Michael's boss, he ended up he was doing some work for him and everything, and his boss, out of appreciation, said, "Here's 2 plane tickets anywhere in the U.S.
Awesome.
Go ahead and take them." And that was like December, I think. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, put it off, because, work just got in the way. And then I'm like, let's just, let's book it. Let's go to Hawaii. Let's go see what's going on. But like the hotels were just absolutely expensive. Mm-hmm. And so I said, let's just go to Miami. Mm-hmm. And he was looking at hotels, and it was still like, it was just not what we wanted. We want something with a kitchen. We wanted something on the beach. And I was like, you know what? Let's look at Airbnb. 2 seconds. Found it. I'm like, this is, it has a full kitchen, it has a balcony, overlooks the beach, like seconds from the beach. And I'm like, all right, let's book it. And
I
it
think
was like,
people love those type of vacation experiences, right?
It was like $1,500 cheaper.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great time. And then you just walk right out with your paddleboard, hang out on the beach.
I don't know if I will go on the paddleboard in the ocean, but I'm not that. I'm not
Why
that
not,
like
Rena?
I don't know. I'll be like, oh,
it's so fun.
I do lakes. I mean, I'll do the marinas when it's a little bit calmer. But nah,
that's not your cup of tea.
Unless I've had a little.
Oh, well, that won't be good. Gotta be careful, girl.
We'll see.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. We love that you've come in and supported us, made your comments. Tell us about what some of your plans are, because I like to hear about everyone's vacations.
Yes.
You get some ideas of some cool places to go. I'm always up for something new. And other than vacations, do you have any other plans this month?
I'm probably going to be, going paddleboarding, with my girls and everything. We usually go to Newport, Long Beach, Marina Del Rey, just doing some more of that. I'm getting kind of prissy with hiking now because it's getting so hot.
Oh, it's too hot.
Yeah. I just like,
and the snakes come out too.
Yeah, my friend just got bit by a rattlesnake when she was hiking. No, this girl has 9 lives. I mean, I swear she should.
She's all right.
She jokes about that too. She's like, I should be dead, but I'm not. I'm here. I'm still kicking. So, but yeah, it's. I don't want to go hiking too early or not, but paddleboarding, I just love doing it and going out with my girlfriends and just have fun. But that's just pretty much it, because you just got to make time to decompress. So.
Yes. So Monica said we're going to New Mexico for Valerie's birthday. Yay! You're always
that's awesome.
going to New Mexico. Her birthday's coming up, I think. Oh, another long drive, girl. When am I going to see you? Am I going to see you Thursday? I hope so. At jiu-jitsu. I don't know if you went yesterday. We didn't go. Oh, that reminds me. Yesterday, do you remember that castle place where you do miniature golf in the valley?
In MB2?
No, not out here. Is it Shermana?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you go when you were young?
Yeah.
I used to go all the time.
Yeah.
Like we would go for birthday parties.
Sneak dates.
Oh, okay. My mom used to have like birthday parties for my brother when he was like 7. That place has not changed.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No. You guys planning, they're like on the 30-year plan.
Yeah. No, I remember I went there not too long ago and did some did the batting cage, and I was looking at everything. I was like, cage. Yeah, it did not change. So I'm glad that one miniature golf place that MB2 took over.
Yeah. Is it open now?
It's open.
Oh,
yeah, I want to go.
I'm sure they did some like facelifts over there.
Oh, I hope so, because I went in there like a couple of years ago, and it was
smell like feet.
Oh, it's
because the roller ring. Why do roller rings always smell like feet?
No, it smelled like pee.
Ooh,
It was
nasty.
not good. I left really fast.
Oh, gross.
But I know a lot of friends that have gone there. Karen Hernandez, my jujitsu sister, she just went there recently, and some other friends, and they looked like they had a really good time there. So I'm excited. I want to go check it out.
Do they still have the mini golf there? Or you don't know?
Think so. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
My kids were huge fans. They didn't want to leave yesterday. So if I could go somewhere close, that would be amazing. So Monica said, hopefully Thursday we'll be in class. I hope so. I would love to see you. Tino does have an art show that day, so we might skip his class, but Nola will be there. And then my mom and dad are celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary.
Yay! Congratulations.
Next weekend, they're going to Laughlin. They're going to go hang out, do a little bit of gambling because they love to gamble. They have so much fun.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm like, I envy my parents. They set such a great example for us. And gosh, they've been married for 45 years.
Yeah. They're absolutely wonderful too. Like after meeting them,
sweet. And then Monica said, yes, that place was amazing in Sherman Oaks. So it's still there, Monica. We went yesterday. I took the kids. They had a blast, but one of the courses was like being remodeled. So hopefully they're giving it a facelift. They have a cool arcade. But yeah, it just reminds me. I think they even filmed like Karate Kid there or something.
I think they did too. I think I remember it because
the original one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And there was like a water slide there. They got rid of that a long time ago.
Yeah.
So my mom said, wasn't that the place in the original Karate Kid? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She just read my mind.
Yeah.
And yay, congratulations. I'm sure Monica's saying congratulations to you, Mom, on your wedding anniversary. So you guys are the best. We love you so much. So, well, everybody sounds like they've got some really cool plans coming up. We're getting closer to the end of our show.
Yes.
So that is going to be our show for today. Thank you again, Rena, for sitting in Chris's place. It has been a pleasure sitting here chatting with you.
Absolutely.
You have to come over and I have to make her dinner now.
I just want your company.
And pay for some of her gas trips. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here and hanging out with us on R&R Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to check us out here weekly on Facebook Live every Wednesday at noon. We're your host, Corey Silva and
Rena Magadam.
And we will catch you next week. Have a great week.
Bye.